August 17, 1859. Savannah's largest slave auction house fell silent when lot number 43 stepped onto the platform. 27 bidders had their paddles ready that sweltering afternoon, but within minutes, only one hand remained in the air. The woman standing in chains was young, healthy, and experienced in valuable domestic skills. Her starting price was deliberately set low. Yet something made every plantation owner in that room lower their eyes and step back. Something they knew. Something they whispered about in the corridors, but never spoke aloud. One man, newly arrived from Charleston, didn't hear those whispers. He paid $12 for a woman worth $200. Within 6 months, he would understand why silence had filled that auction house, and by then, it would be far too late to save himself. Before we continue with the story of what happened in Chatham County that year, I need you to do something. Hit that subscribe button right now, because stories like this one, pulled from the darkest corners of American history, are what we bring you every week. And leave a comment telling us what state or city you're watching from. I'm curious to know how far these tales of terror travel. Now, let me tell you about the purchase that changed everything. The auction house on Broughton Street had seen thousands of transactions since its establishment in 1842, but the events of that August afternoon would be remembered differently than any other sale. The air inside the building was thick with unwashed bodies, tobacco smoke, and fear that no amount of whitewash could cover. But there was something else that day. Something the regular attendees noticed immediately. A tension that made even hardened slave traders shift uncomfortably in their seats. Savannah in 1859 stood as one of the South's most prosperous cities, its wealth built entirely on cotton and forced labor. The city's port handled millions of pounds of the white crop each year, and the plantations surrounding it competed viciously for the most productive workers. Chatham County's soil was rich, its growing season long, and its plantation owners ruthless in their pursuit of profit. Thomas Cornelius Pruitt arrived in Savannah 3 weeks before that fateful auction. At 34 years old, he represented new Southern money, the kind that made old families uncomfortable. His father had made a fortune in Charleston through cotton speculation and died suddenly, leaving Thomas with more wealth than experience. Thomas had purchased the old Waverly plantation site unseen, eager to prove himself among Georgia's planting elite. The property came cheap, the previous owner having died without heirs, and Thomas saw it as his opportunity to build a legacy. The Waverly estate stretched across 800 acres of prime cotton land along the Vernon River. The main house displayed columned grandeur despite needing repairs. 42 enslaved people came with the property, but Thomas's overseer, a lean man named Hutchins, advised he would need at least 60 to work the land properly for the coming season. Hence his presence at the Broughton Street auction house that August morning, cash in hand and determination in his eyes. The auction began at 10 o'clock. Thomas bid successfully on 3 young men and an experienced cook, spending nearly $5,000 by noon. During the lunch break, he overheard a conversation between 2 planters he recognized from a dinner party the previous week. "You staying for the afternoon session?" one asked. "No reason to. Already got what I came for. Besides, I know what's coming. Heard they're finally selling her." "About time. Been sitting in the holding pens for 3 weeks. Nobody wants to buy." "Still can't believe what happened at the Pemberton place. 3 men dead inside of 2 months. 4, if you count old Pemberton himself. Though Dr. Reeves said that was his heart. Mighty convenient timing." Thomas stepped back before they could notice him, his curiosity piqued. When the auction resumed at 1 o'clock, several morning bidders had not returned. The first 3 afternoon lots sold quickly, then came lot 43. The woman who stepped onto the platform moved with dignity that seemed impossible given her circumstances. She appeared to be in her early 30s, skin the color of polished walnut, features sharp and defined. But it was her eyes that struck Thomas most. Dark, almost black, possessing a quality of stillness that belonged to someone who had stopped hoping and found a different kind of strength in that hopelessness. Lot 43, the auctioneer announced without enthusiasm. Female, approximately 32 years of age, name of Celia. Experienced in household duties, particularly cooking and medical assistance. Has served as midwife and herb doctor. Literate in English. No known physical defects. Starting bid of $10. Thomas waited for raised paddles. Instead, silence. $10 was insultingly low for a woman with medical skills. Midwives were valuable, often earning owners significant income by attending births throughout the county. $10.
watching this.